Good morning. This is Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Thursday. Today is February 13th. And for those of you who might be forgetting, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So if you haven't gotten your sweetheart some flowers or chocolates yet, you better. Today's kind of the last day to do it to be ahead of the thing. You don't want to end up like me, who's always scrambling last minute to find a shop and overpays for roses and things like that. I'm trying to get past that. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about the fascinating press conference between Trump and Musk in the Oval Office, answering questions from reporters that was out Tuesday evening. I just found it mesmerizing. It's probably the best press conference that I've seen in years. What was so interesting about it is Musk says we have to cut costs and make the government more efficient because the United States is going to go bankrupt. The United States is going to go bankrupt. This is a serious problem. We have got to cut costs. So that is the impetus for them to go in there and really try to squeeze as much from the government as possible. When he talked about some of the things that he has been finding going to the Treasury Department, for example, he found in the Treasury Department that they send out payments without notating what the payment is for, which is shocking. Any business, think about your own. It's like the memo section of a check. You write a check and you write in the memo, this is for such and such payment. This is for mowing my lawn. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They found that, for example, that there's a lot of contractors that sign 3-month contracts and they've been getting the contract payments for 20 years. You think about that. You signed a 3-month contract 20 years ago to do something, to fix a building, paint a building, a 3-month contract, and imagine you're getting paid that amount for 20 more years. It is crazy. They also found, Musk has talked about finding basically payments, a lot of Social Security payments going to people that are 150 years old, people that basically don't exist anymore. So the idea that there are fraudsters, maybe criminal organizations, either domestic or foreign, he talks about, that are actually bleeding the U.S. government's Social Security system dry, pulling money from taxpayers, from us, basically to fund these foreign kind of payments. So that was very concerning, very illuminating. Another thing that they talked about that I found also equally illuminating is only 10,000 people a day can retire from the U.S. government. And the bottleneck on retirees, you can't have a mass resignation. The bottleneck, believe it or not, is that when someone retires, puts in their retirement paperwork, they actually submit their documents. And basically, when you finish your career for the U.S. government and you retire, they take a box with all your personnel files and they bring it to a mine shaft in the hills. We're talking 1950s nuclear in the mountains, down a mine where the records are kept. And they take it down there and they put it in the back. And the actual elevator that takes these boxes can only go down a certain amount of times and can only handle 10,000 people or boxes a day, which is mind-boggling. Think about that. To cut the size of the government has 2 million people working for it. So basically 10,000 a day does not really do anything. You know what I mean? You're forced. It actually de-incentivizes layoffs, which is crazy to me. It really floored me to see that. But look, I agree with Elon Musk 100%. The United States faces bankruptcy if we do not cut costs. It also faces competition, serious national security threats if we do not modernize our computer systems. So we have got to bring our government to the 21st century. There is no doubt about it. Now, of course, during this whole process, they're breaking things. For example, they cut the NIH funding, DOGE, which has sent biotech stocks, especially biotech stocks in clinical trials, down because the NIH of their budget, their $48 billion a year budget, 83% of it goes to funding clinical trials and treatments. So that takes pressure off biotech stocks they don't have to raise as much money from the market. So without that funding, biotech stocks have to raise more money from the market, issue more shares where the stock price goes down because it's dilutive. So we are in a situation like that, which ironically has created, because of the sell-off in small cap biotech stocks, some of the best opportunities we've seen in the biotech sector in years, basically since 2018. biotech stocks, small cap biotech stocks have not been this cheap since 2018. And you're starting to see larger biopharma companies, larger big pharma companies start to make acquisitions, start to buy these smaller ones out. And we own some great biotech stocks that I feel are well positioned when there's more clarity from the federal government on what's going to happen in the biotech sector between RFK and DOGE and NIH. Then these things should rebound very nicely. I am optimistic, very optimistic, and I think we own a basket of biotech stocks that are going to be first in line for takeoff when we get some more clarity in this. Anyway, that's all I have today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.